Ibuprofen, I choose you! 30 years of Pokemon, can you believe it? Our knee sure can. The Pokemon Day Presents brought us our first look at Gen 10 Winds and Waves. We prepare for what will be Joelle's first foray into the series with Pokopia, and Leah gives her thoughts on Dredge.
Get ready for the Girls on Games podcast, your weekly dose of news, reviews, and everything video games. Always served with a good helping of hype and just a pinch of salt. And now, your host, Leah.
Hello and welcome to another Girls on Games podcast. My name is Leah. I'm the host of this show. This is episode number 531. And joining me around the digital table includes Catherine. Hello.
Hello.
And Joelle. What's up?
Hello. I'm solo parenting, so if you hear puppy noises, I don't know what to do about it.
That is quite all right. We don't mind the puppy noises around here. Let's get through some housekeeping before the crew check in. If you enjoy this show, you can subscribe. We're available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Podbean. If you'd like to give us a tip, maybe buy us a coffee, you can do that by going to our Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/girlsongames. Ladies, what have you been up to this week? Catherine?
Man, I feel like I've done so little yet so much. I don't.
Why? Why
I
do
don't
you
know.
say
It's
that?
it's just a very tiring week, but I have nothing to show for it.
Okay.
Well, it was my second week at work with my colleague away. So I guess that's it. And then on Friday, I just remember like logging off at 5 and just like waltzing over to Pascal's office being like, let's go get Indian food. And we tried Indian restaurant that opened near us because we're getting to the point where our little neck of the woods has pretty much every type of takeout food.
Nice.
The place was really good and really affordable to the point where like I'm like they got to raise those prices or they're going to close. I don't know. I also don't know the price of bulk bought food, but it was great. We got, I'm going to butcher those names. We got chicken, I think it's called chicken kori or chicken kokri. It's the chicken in the yogurt sauce.
Ooh.
It is very, very fatty and very delicious.
Yum.
Yeah, and then we got paneer tikka masala because I need more dairy in my life. Naan.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. We have, of course, the classic naan, some rice. And for the appetizer, we got those, I think they're called onion bhajit, the fried onion.
They're delicious. With the like mint, with like the mint sauce kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those are great.
The fresh coriander and mint dipping sauce.
Delicious.
Sick.
Amazing. I also had a rose lassi, so that's a yogurt drink with rose water in it. It's not very sweet, but because it's very yogurty, it was the best thing to cut the spice of what we were eating. And it was amazing. And I'm just like, this is dangerously close to our house. And it was gorgeous place. They redecorated. It's beautiful. They had a mural of a lady wearing like the full-on sari, but like had also like Nike Air Force Ones.
Okay.
And like shades. I was like, that is the most Montreal shit ever. I love this. So yeah, it's called Versa. They opened like in the last like 2 months or something because we walked by and we're like, wasn't that like a pizza joint? Now we're just like looking inside. We're like, oh, this place nice. Like, who's this new owner? So yeah, we tried that on Friday. I just remember showing up, asking my Pascal to just order the food, and we ate. And then I came home and I had like a little like hot drink, and I passed out. And Saturday I went to spend time with my friend Uva because she's fucking off to Colombia for 2 weeks for she does long distance biking. Cross countries, you know, the stuff where you need to like chug a Coke halfway through to like replenish your carbs because you're like basically cycling for 4 hours. That's what she does. So she's going in Colombia for like a training / retreat for 2 weeks. So I went and had dinner with her before she goes. And yeah, that's about it. But it's like it's been so full tilt at work that most of the week is a freaking blur, to be honest. You know, you just kind of get home, do your things. Like, you know, Monday we record this podcast. God damn, I can't even speak. Tuesday we had our night of Numenera, which is an online TTRPG. Then Wednesday I went to the gym, and then I don't remember what I did Thursday. Probably just ate, and then Friday we went to a restaurant.
Yeah, I got the podcast.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I published the podcast on Thursday, and I'm super excited because this week we have a team dinner at work. And I suggested to go to a Korean barbecue place because I never went. The places, you know, where you buy like a big plate of meat and then they got a grill on the table and you got to grill it yourself. Yeah. I never did that shit. I was like, that sounds like fun.
Yeah.
And then my boss was like, oh, you mean like, oh, yeah. And she comes back. She's like, yo, hibachi places are a bit more too expensive for our budget. I was like, no, hibachi's Japanese. That's the one where you have a grill, but you also have the dude like doing like the tricks, the chef and whatever. I'm like, what I was suggesting is Korean, and we grill our own shit, and there's nobody throwing fried rice all over the place.
Yeah, you're the chef.
Yeah, you're the chef.
You are the chef.
And then she was like, oh. I'm like, how? It was just like two white ladies like sitting there, like two middle-aged white ladies, like, what kind of Asian food you're asking for? I was like, no. Jesus Christ. But she's never went to any of these places either, so she was wholly confused at one point of like, what are you talking about, a grill? And I'm just like, no, you
at
know
the table.
There's a table and then there's a grill. I saw that on TV. That's what you were asking for suggestions. I suggested that. And then everybody else went, yeah, that's cool. And then we left this with this woman who clearly had no idea what we were doing.
Oh, no.
So is it booked? Did they find the right spot?
Yeah. There's there's like fucking 10 places of
great
like that in Montreal. Yeah, but it's just because it's like one of those budgets that you have to spend before the end of the fiscal and stuff like that. So she was we have a set budget, and you know, so she was trying to do something. I think with another team, they went to a VR laser tag or something like that.
Fun.
Last year we did an escape room.
That's cool.
Anyway, when she was like up to suggestion, nobody was making suggestion, and they all looked at me. It's like, if you leave it in my hand, you know what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna eat.
Yeah.
We're gonna eat.
We're gonna have some food.
I'm not an activities girl, but I will eat the fuck out of your budget. So I'm looking forward to that on Thursday. I forgot where we went. I'm sure like people will be in the Discord like, which spot did you? Somewhere downtown. I'll come back with the name.
Okay, cool.
Next downtown.
Yeah. I put the word in for what I'm just waiting for the place and how much I'm allowed to eat before it's on my dime.
There you go. Joelle, what were you up to this week?
Okay. So I had 2 weeks at home to get used to like just getting with the dog and like getting kind of in that routine, which was fabulous and like really fun. So then my 2 weeks were up and then I wasn't ready to like go back to work. So last week I took Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off to go back on Thursday. Well, on like Tuesday afternoon, I've been having some knee pain on my left side. And then they thought it was like arthritis. And then I was like, hell no, I'm too young. Like, how dare you? I'm offended. And then
how dare you, doctors, for giving me a medical opinion?
How dare you, orthopedic with 30 years of experience, tell me, a blossoming 39-year-old, that I have arthritis? No, thank you. Then my right knee, like, same thing. And just like really terrible pain, really stiff, like popping, making lots of noise. And I was like I cannot handle this. And I can't believe this is happening to my other knee when I'm doing like the same exercises for both knees. Like, why is this happening? So I was able to get into the ortho on Thursday, and she's just like, girl, you have arthritis, early set arthritis in your knees. And I was like, this sucks. So she actually gave me 2 cortisone shots. I just was like, can you please just give me the shots? Because I've been dealing with this since August. And like, I've been doing PT. I've been like doing all the things, and it's just not working, and I'm over it. So she gave me 2 shots, and I just had to go through the grieving process and accept that I have arthritis.
Bad knees.
Blah.
I got a bad back. You got bad knees.
Sucks. So I was like, this. I mean, we don't have any, as far as I know, we don't have any medical history of it in the family. Like, it's just not something a lot of people deal with, is like arthritis in general. But I just think it was like, when I was younger, I like worked out chronically, I would say. Like, so I think it was just really overuse, like in my younger years, and it just developed like as I got older. So the shots helped a ton, like so much better. Even today, like they're supposed to, I think they can take about a week to like really like settle in and help with the inflammation and stuff. So, and then I went to PT today, and I'm seeing a different physical therapist, and we're just like kind of we're on a different path. So I'm hopeful that like with the shots and the PT work, I can have a little bit of like relief. But I think it was just like, oh man, like I had things I wanted to do still. Not that I can't do them, but it was just like this kind of stinks, where it's like I, still wanted to kind of like go and like not worry about this yet, but I guess I have to. But I was really mad, and then like kind of went through all these feelings. And I finally was like, fine, I've accepted. And I'm like, I don't know, like if I have to get knee replacements when I'm 50, I guess it's what I have to do. I don't know. I'm just like, well, if that's what it is, then that's what it is. So anyway, it's just kind of like a bummer health thing, but hopefully like I'm on a better path. And at least the pain, like I've been in pain since August. So I'm kind of hopeful that like I cannot be like in pain anymore. So
I've had the shot in my toe for the same reason.
Yeah.
And now it's not as big of a joint, obviously, but like it was, but it, like when you get the shot, it sucked. But because they put it right in between the bones.
Oh, I know.
Damn you, sister.
They sure
My
do.
sister does it to me. She's like, this is going to hurt. I'm like, really? But once it seeps in, you're just like, holy crap. But it doesn't stay. It wears off.
Oh yeah, it wears
sucks.
off.
Which is why I need another one now.
The inflammation is chronic. You just have to manage it.
You just have to manage it. Yeah. And the ortho was like, she's like, you just kind of have to figure out how it goes. Like we gave you the shot, see how the PT goes. Like she gave me she gave the PT some recommendations for strengthening, like around it's like the insides of my knee are what are the problem. And then she was like, if in 4 to 6 months, like if you need another one, you just come back and get another one. She's like, or maybe with these strengthening exercises, like you'll feel a little bit better and maybe you don't need to see me as often. I mean, she's just kind of like, you're going to have to kind of figure out because I wasn't doing these specific exercises for my knees, but she's like, it just depends. Some people, they do these maintenance exercises and they're good to go. And other people, that's not the case. And I'm just like, okay. So it's just more along lines of I have to be like, do what I can to manage it. And like, it's good for me to do these exercises anyway. And so I kind of figured like having issues with my SI joint, and I saw this physical therapist and she helped me and I have no more back pain, like, which is great. And so now I'm like, okay, I know you will do like a really good job to like try to get me as far as I can go. And then like, we'll just kind of have to like go from there. So yeah. So it's just like, it feels kind of crappy that like, I'm not even 40 and I'm like, I have arthritis. It's like, but it is what it is. I guess it's just like, it is what it is. This is the thing I have to deal with. And like, I mean, at least I'm in a state that has super good healthcare and I have a good job where I can manage it and figure it out. And like, there's lots of things to be thankful for. And so I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna, but yeah, like, I mean, I didn't realize, dude, arthritis is really painful.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I'm like, no wonder some people are so creaky, Alex. I'm just like, it hurts constantly.
Yeah.
Like, holy cow.
Yeah.
So.
Your birthday's coming up.
I know. My birthday is coming up. So I know. That's why.
It sucks to say that, but happy early birthday. Because I know
thank
it'll be
you.
past once we do our next episode.
Yeah, it'll be 39, which is also very weird to say. Just like, oh, I'm 39. And we're going out to dinner on my birthday, and then there's this new bar that opened up not too far from me, like a hi-fi bar. So like we're gonna, I guess we'll see. We'll see how it is. I guess they can kind of be a hit or miss, but we're gonna check it out this weekend and kind of see. And I took Friday off, just to have a short week, and I might go get a massage or something. I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah.
But your birthday's Thursday, right?
My birthday's on Wednesday.
Oh, it's Wednesday.
I've done this before where like I take my birthday off, but if it's in the middle of the week, I kind of hate it.
What's the point? Yeah.
What's the point? Because I'm like, I can't enjoy this because I go back to work. So, and since I took quite a few days off last week, I was just like, I'm just gonna take the Friday off and like do the work week, take the Friday off, and then enjoy my long weekend. So
cool. Yeah, I'm very much a proprietor of do not work on your birthday if you can avoid it.
Yeah, because you didn't work on your birthday, right?
I did not work on my birthday. No. Mike organized a like a chalet weekend up in wine country. Even though it's the middle of winter, they're still open.
Great.
Does wine country ever close?
No.
Like really?
No, it does not. No. So we, Thursday we drove. It's about 2 hours east of Toronto, Prince Edward County, and it was this cute little small like country home that had like a hot tub and stuff outside and 2 queen size beds and stuff. So Thursday night we got there, just hung out. Friday was my actual birthday. Got up, watched Pokemon Direct, then got up and also Drive to Survive came out. So playing Pokemon Leaf Green while watching Drive to Survive. Lo and behold, one of the wineries just down the road, like literally like maybe 5 minutes drive down the road from where we were staying, had a huge dog park out front. So Mike and I were like, well, let's take the dog. We'll go putter around and maybe we'll stop into some wine places, pick up some bottles, bring it back, whatever. So we can have like our own charcuterie and whatever. And then we'd plan going out for dinner that night. So we went and Gibson had a good run around for about 30 minutes. Aww. And I was reading like the signs that they have up there. And this is Sandbanks Winery. And they have this dog park in the summertime at the dog park. They actually do it up that you can do wine tastings right there at the dog park between certain hours. And I was like, this is awesome. Nice. And then you can like go across. We drove across because it was pretty muddy and we didn't want Gibson to be any more muddy than he had to be. And went into the gift shop, was all like, as long as your dog's on leash and well behaved, the dog could come in, and they had wine tasting that you could take outside. So we had a flight of 3. We had a Prosecco, a Sauv Blanc, and a Riesling that we tried outside in the Adirondack chairs with Gibson with us.
Oh,
nice.
How fun.
So we went in the gift shop and then spent a bunch of money and bought more wine and cheeses and other odds and ends and stuff. Treats for Gibson that were in the shape of wine bottles, which was really cute.
Amazing. They know their audience. They know their audience. Yes.
And then went and ran into the grocery store, ran and got some gas, some things like that, and some other treats and stuff. And then went back to the chalet and hung out for a bit until we went out for dinner. And then Saturday night, we had some of Mike's childhood friends over. So it was fun. Drove back Sunday, and then Sunday and Monday to myself, finished Dredge on Sunday and continued playing Pokemon. And ready to go for Friday when Pokopia comes out. Or Pokopia? I don't know anymore. Pokopia.
Pokemon Pokopia. You gotta say like the Pokemon Pokopia.
Yeah. So it was a good week. Now I got to go back to work for a few days, so another short week, which means 5 days of work and 4 days, which is always a pain in the butt. But here we are. It was nice to disconnect for a little bit. Wasn't totally disconnected, but just like being out of, kind of the norm, kind of makes it a little special and makes you slow down and relax a little bit. And it was great. Beautiful out there too.
That sounds wonderful.
Yeah. All right, let's get into some fantasy critics. We did have a few games release over the past little while. So mostly it was on the 27th. Resident Evil Requiem came out. In the podcast league, I had that on my list. Critic of 90, points of 20. We had no bids and no drops in the league. So right now we have Joelle in first, myself in second, and Kat in third. Over to the Community League, there was 2 games released. Additionally, Resident Evil Requiem was on Phoenix's list, critic 90 points of 20. NJK had World of Warcraft Midnight, but that currently needs an open critic link. So no notes on that yet, points, things like that. When it comes to bids, Silent Hill Townfall was won by Kat with a bid of $10. Offshore Media tried to get it, and NJK tried to get it. All were outbid by Kat's $10. Croak, which is a game that I am unfamiliar with, was picked up by Darth Stridius for a bid of $12. Pat also tried to buy it for $7, but did not succeed, was outbid. Do you guys know what Croak is? Because I don't.
No.
I hope it's about frogs.
It's about frogs? Yeah, I thought frogs.
I'm hoping it was about frogs too. And then Tides of Tomorrow was won by Jessica Starr with a bid of $12. So over on the Fantasy Critic League, we've got Phoenix, then Darth, then Jessica Starr, Kat, myself, Ross, Margot, Joelle, Pat, Fred, Stainsby Kingsby, Aria, and Offshore don't have any games out yet. Unfortunately, NJK is last because though one game came out, it was a counter pick of a game that got decent points. So, NJK right now is at in last place. But you never know. Things could change.
Got a super drop.
Yeah.
Also, Croak is about a frog.
It sure is. It's a fast-paced platformer where your tongue grapples as your ultimate tool, and you pinball your frog through constantly shifting environments. So think of like Super Meat Boy, but you're a frog and you use your tongue. I'm going to play the demo. There's a demo. I'm going to play it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, sick. What games are you playing now, ladies? Kat, how goes Baldur's Gate?
I saved most of the people in the prison, I think.
Okay.
Last week I was talking about like going into the Iron Throne and whatever. You have like 6 rounds to do everything. I didn't plan my shit well enough. I didn't use enough potions of haste, but at the end I was like, you know what? This is good enough. And then, I finished the whole sequence and whatever. And then I'm back into Baldur's Gate after I've done like this whole sequence that I scum save about 3 or 4 times. And then I look to the left of my screen and realize Astarion's dead. He didn't make it back to the submarine, you guys. And I was like, oh no. So I go back to camp and I'm like, oh, how expensive it is to res him, or do I have to redo this? And I show up to Withers and I'm like, yo, Lich bro, how much to raise this dude? And he's like 200 gold. I was like, that's chump change. So also, Astarion's a full, in my game, sorry for the slight spoilers, a fully fledged ascended vampire. How does he die underwater?
They don't need to breathe.
But don't they still need oxygen?
He could have done the little puff of smoke, and I don't know. I don't know. Like, mechanically speaking, I understand why they were like, hey, you forgot a character there. Realistically, if this was a D&D game, I'd be like, and I was playing a fully fledged vampire, like I would be negotiating with the DM, like stuff that you can do to like maybe survive that shit. But anyway, at this point, it's like I'm towards the end game, and I have a lot of like, my main party is geared out, so I'm not spending a lot of my gold. So I was like, 200 gold is nothing. So yeah, that was I basically only had time to play like on Friday afternoon, so I only did this sequence, and it's a big one. It can be a long one. I was hoping I would do better because my monk has so much fucking movement. I figured he could go around the prison and help like open doors, but no, I forgot about like the enemies that spawn that are constantly spawning. So, when I saved enough people to like finish my quest, and I was like, you know what, that is good enough. Like Arthur the monk is not that good of a person.
Sorry, Arthur.
Sorry, Arthur.
But
We'll get you next time.
I'm really hoping. I want to finish this run so bad, but I've been so busy, and I'm just like, I got Spider-Man waiting for like 2 months now, and I'm just like,
oh, I almost jumped back to play that, and I'm like, no, because Kat's gonna talk about it. So I'm just like, she's gotta play it.
Oh well, I mean, don't let yourself stop. Don't stop yourself on my account. I just really want to see the end of this game to see like what kind of tomfoolery I pull off. But you know, I could have stopped to play Spider-Man, but I'm invested into like how bad will this be? Will already told me like that, you know, once we save Baldur's Gate, he's like, I'm out. You're kind of fucked up. It's like I can't. I'm too much of a goody two shoe to stay, and I'm just like, you made a deal with the literal devil, and I'm the bad guy here. Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you. Like, sure, but yeah, this game is so fun. Love it.
Joelle, what are you playing?
I was way too distracted with all the stuff that was happening. And I honestly tried to like, because at that point, what are we? Okay, so Pokopia comes out Thursday when we record this. We're recording this on the 2nd. So I was kind of like in a bit of a gaming funk. Like Wednesday, Thursday, and I was like, what can I play? And then I'm like, what can I play and pick up that I'm only going to play for like 4 or 5 days? And I tried to find something and I couldn't. I think I was just in a bad mood. And so I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait until I pre-ordered Pokopia. So I'm just like, that's going to be ready to go. But I was like, I'm not going to start anything new. And also I was waiting there's so many good games coming out, and I'm just like, I have to wait like so many. I just got frustrated that I had to wait like 2 days. Because I'm also looking forward to the 8-bit arcade game of Scott Pilgrim versus the World. That's dropping tomorrow on the 3rd. So I was just like, why isn't it now so I can play it over the weekend? Like, why is it on a Tuesday? Like, what the hell, developers? Like, drop it on the weekend. So there's a few games that I'm looking forward to breaking out. But Arc Raiders did come out with a new update, with some new arc, a new event. And so I've been kind of diving into that. And the new arc is rude. Like, they took one of the worst enemies in the game, which is like a ball that essentially aggroes towards you, and then like it's a bomb, so it explodes like when it gets close to you, or it shoots fire at you. And they are awful because they just like come around the corner and explode. Well, they made a really big one that's also outside. So you have to try to navigate yourself around those, and they made essentially a one that flies and shoots fire at you called the Firefly. That one is hard and awful. So, and then they did this event called the Hurricane. And again, this is my first like looter shooter, and I don't play first person shooters that much. And this event, though, you run around already established maps, and the event is a hurricane, and so you have like debris and wind coming at you while you're in the level, and it runs so smooth. Like I don't know how they kind of pulled off this event, but like the mechanics of the wind do a really good job. Like if you're running against the wind, you run slower.
Oh, neat.
But if you're walking with the wind, you go faster and you jump farther.
Okay.
So sometimes you like miss your target if you're yeeting because the wind just like carries you.
Oh, wow.
And then it also moves the arc around in funky ways. And it also messes with any grenades that you throw. So the physics of it are actually really, really good. And the the sound is, I actually wish I could turn the sound off because it's just this constant, like, so realistic of the wind, like how wind just goes and goes and goes and goes, and you can't, like, there's no break from it. So I kind of wish that I could turn like that down as I'm going in, because there's really good loot in this event, and your visibility is terrible. You can't. And then there's debris that's always like flying at you, like bags and paper and like trinkets around the game, like wheels and like clothing and like all this other stuff. And your shield is also affected. And so it's, if you have a shield on, it slowly degenerates your shield, and it also makes you spark blue. So you're really easy to see by other raiders if you have your shield on. So if you unequip your shield, which leaves you pretty vulnerable, you can kind of run around outside almost invisible until you're like at least 10 feet from another person. So I just thought, like, it's really, really interesting, and it's so cool. It's a really fun kind of mechanic. I don't know if other shooters have that sort of like event quite like that, like a hurricane event, but they did a really good job, and it's really fun, and you get a lot of really good loot right now. So that's been fun.
Wind physics is not something you talk about a lot unless it's tied into some sort of like flying game, right? Rather than having it really counter into parkour and things like that.
Yeah. And so also because the visibility is low and the wind is so high, it kind of forces you into either, like, if you're doing PvP, which I don't like to do, but if you're doing PvP, you have to be inside. Like, it's easier to do it inside a building, and you have to do it in close range because you can't snipe people because you can't see, and then your bullet will go off course anyway.
Right.
And so that also changes the mechanics of the interactions that you have with people too, because of the wind physics. So that's really interesting. They did a really good job.
Yeah. Last week, I mentioned that I was looking for a game to play, especially where we were going to be away. And this is before, the announcement of the Pokemon Leaf Green and Fire Red coming out. So I had downloaded and started Dredge. And Dredge, indie game developed by Black Salt Games, that came out, a good few years now, 2023. It is not a super long game, but it's definitely a good game. So it's a fishing video game that has like a survival horror style to it. You follows the fisherman who faces a progressively like Lovecraftian creatures that you try to collect throughout the whole experience. You kind of land in this archipelago area with like 5 different main islands, a bunch of other little ones that are kind of off the side, and other places where you have to go and attempt to fish up fish, but then also fish that have what they call like aberrations to them. So they're almost like they're mutated, and it's all to do with this creature that was brought into the area through what you're trying to figure out in the story actually happens. So I don't want to give too much away from what the story actually is, but the main concept is you're fishing around, you're trying to complete these quests to figure out what the heck, why is this island archipelago like got this weird creature and having these weird things happen to the fish, and people are eating these fish and weird things are happening to them.
Sad.
The mechanic around fishing and dredging, because dredging is definitely is a thing that you do. It's not just the name of the game. It's actually the process of like going and trying to haul up junk and treasures and crafting supplies and things like that. So as you're doing that and hunting fish in different areas, it's all based around a bunch of different mini games that are all kind of like button press related. It's not like a beat game, but it is based on like a pulsating or item that's kind of coming up on the screen that you're trying to collect, or it's going around in a wheel. There's areas that you want to hit, things like that, as you're kind of going out and trying to catch all the fish to complete all the quests to move forward to figure out what the heck is happening here. Why are these creatures? Why is there essentially like a kraken-like thing coming out of the middle of this one area that used to be this tropical resort town? Like, what is going on here? So yeah, it's not a super long game, doesn't outstay its welcome. I actually appreciated how short it was, considering similar thing, Joelle, trying to kind of bide my time before Pokopia comes out, or Pokopia. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna call it both for till the end of time.
That's fine.
I got one of the endings. There are 2 endings. There's also DLC. So I think I got the very first ending, which is not necessarily considered the good ending. Apparently there's things I have to do in order to get, and I can go back and do that at this point. So I may try that. We shall see. But yeah, definitely a really cool concept for like a survival horror. It's not really that scary. The big mechanic is at nighttime. The monsters and creatures and fear mechanic kick in. So panic is something that you have to manage, and there are definitely fish that you need to collect that are only out during the nighttime, and you do have to battle with this concept of panic that could also invoke the ghosts and creatures and other things that are out there on the open water to attack and potentially wreck your boat and make you start back from your last save. So I totally see why everybody was obsessed with this when it came out back in 2023. Kat, I think you need to tell Pascal to try this game. It definitely has him written all over it. He did. I knew
played it while we were in the Netherlands. That was his Switch thing. That being said, he said he picked up Cult of the Lamb because of Joelle.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I'm surprised you haven't picked it up when Leah was talking about it.
Yeah.
Because y'all have very similar taste.
We do, and it makes me want to like make a recommendation at some point. I know around Halloween time we're always like, what do people play if they're not scared? Like they don't want to be like scared. Like Resident Evil Requiem, they just came out. Like no, that's not for me. Yeah. But like there's so many like games that like have a dark edge to them, but are not actually like jump scare, horror, gory, anything like that. And still totally like will give you that vibes between like this, Cult of the Lamb, Graveyard Keeper. I just saw over the weekend that Moonlight Peaks, that kind of like Stardew Valley with you're a vampire kind of thing is coming out. I think it said July 7th. So like there's so many options now for you to play get the spooky vibe without the actual jump scare that I'm thinking about. Because I know we've talked about it before in the podcast. I think we're due for a new list of stuff, recommended games that we've played in that. And then, Joelle, I too went and pre-ordered Pokopia. It's downloaded. It's ready to go. And then while I wait now, I continue playing through Leaf Green. Mike is playing Fire Red. We were sitting on the couch today for a good 3 hours as we were making our way through. I am in Cerulean City already, ready to take on my second gym leader. Picked my Squirtle because I need Blastoise. But there are so many new like modern features in the Pokemon games now that we did not have when the original game came out, like shared XP and just some of the simple things that, healing, some stuff being a little bit easier to find to keep your Pokemon alive. And it's weird playing a game that's 30 years old but still feels like old hat.
Yeah, I almost picked it up. I was like, oh my god, but I stopped myself.
Yeah. Well, Mike
the
and I spent
self-control is strong with this one.
Mike and I spent the $60 on both games.
Nice.
All right. Well, this is a video game podcast, so let's play a podcast game about video games. Joelle, what do you got?
All right. Well, since we're celebrating a lot of anniversaries, birthdays, it's a celebratory week. We got a lot of games releasing, and I just did a quick search of since Leah and I are having anniversaries, what games this year are having anniversaries? Turns out this is like the year for anniversary for games. There's a lot of big titles that are having anniversaries. So we're going to go through some of them and you're going to have to guess. It's going to be multiple choice and you're going to have to guess which year anniversary is correct for the game title.
Okay.
So like an example would be like Pokemon. Are we celebrating 25 years, 30 years, 35 years? And the correct answer is obviously
30 years.
30 years, yes. Okay. So this is also make me feel old and nostalgic that these games came out this long ago, but I'm just like, oh Lord. All right, so our first game, Donkey Kong is celebrating what year anniversary? 40, 45, or 50?
I'm gonna say 40. Or is it 45? Was it? Is the arcade game older than the NES?
NES came out in 89?
We're not counting the arcade.
Okay.
I don't think. No, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Did this count the arcade? Let me look.
Dun, dun, dun. Because that's what throws it off is whether or not we're talking about the.
Yeah. Let me just give me 1 second. Keep going. I didn't even think about that.
Was the NES out? Well, I have a feeling that maybe you didn't have it then. The NES came out in 89. So that would
in
make
North America, but it
Famicom 88. I don't know.
I'm gonna say 40.
You're gonna say 40? Okay.
I'm gonna say 45.
This is the arcade. This is including the arcade.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 45.
Okay, Leah is correct. It is the 45th anniversary of Donkey Kong. We've had that great ape for almost half a century.
That's crazy.
Isn't that wild? All right, Legend of Zelda is also having a moment this year.
Yeah.
Is Legend of Zelda celebrating its 35, 40, or 45th anniversary?
40.
I'm gonna say 35.
It is gonna be over the hill. It is celebrating its 40th anniversary this year.
Yeah, can you believe that?
Yeah. If
they haven't said anything about that really this year
I
yet.
know.
I wonder if they'll make a big deal of that at like summertime or something.
With the movie, maybe?
Yeah. And I hope there's a remake of something.
When's the date for the movie? Isn't that 2027?
7 earliest, yeah. It's not coming out this year.
So maybe they're going to make a big deal of the 40th and then have like the trailer for the movie.
I hope there's a shadow drop of a remake.
What could
Twilight
we have?
Princess. Twilight Princess would be good. We've already had Wind Waker. What else would be a good one?
We had Twilight Princess. There's some amiibos and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
I don't know what they could give us at this point. I mean, they've been talking about that big Ocarina of Time remake, like full on remake. That's been rumored for like ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe it because I felt like I played Legend of Zelda, Link to the Past. Like, I still play that. That game I can't believe I've been playing that game for 40 years.
I know, it's crazy, right?
It's such a good game.
Yeah.
All right. Castlevania is it celebrating its 40th, 45th, or 50th?
God, I had that one in my game. I should know.
Castlevania.
I'm going to say 50.
It was an arcade?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it started as arcades and then it got on consoles.
I'm gonna agree with Kat then, 50.
It is holding hand in hand with Legend of Zelda of going over the hill
Okay, it's 40. Okay.
At the 40 mark. It's just, again, I might need shots in my hand for all the games I've been playing.
This is where your knees hurt.
That's
this
right.
is why my back hurts.
That's right.
Yeah, we've been at this too long.
Sonic the Hedgehog is celebrating an anniversary this year. Is Sonic talking about knee surgery? Is Sonic 30, 35, or 40?
35.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 35 as well.
You are correctamundo. Sonic the Hedgehog is turning 35 in his dirty 30s.
How is this all lined up so well? All these big things, like within 5-10 years of each other.
Isn't that wild?
That's wild, yeah.
To maybe also make you take an Epsalt bath just to make sure you're all lubricated up.
Yeah.
Luigi's Mansion is also celebrating an anniversary this year.
Oh my God.
Is it 15, 20, or 25?
Kat, when did we get our first Luigi's Mansion?
It feels like it was the first one was the DS or a 3DS game.
Would it have been in the... What did you say the times were again, Joelle? 15, 20, 25?
15, 20, 25.
I'm going to say 15.
25 is 2001. Or 2000.
No, 25 is not...
We're 26. Yeah,
oh my God.
we're in 2026, Kat. That's why I'm trying to say, what came out, not thinking about the numbers, because I'm still thinking, the 80s were 20 years ago, but they're not.
I know. Same.
So, I'm going to say, I have a feeling it came out in 2001, 2000, so let's say 25.
I'm saying, no, you're right. I'm going to say 20.
Well, Luigi has been spooking and sucking up ghosts for 25 years. So he is celebrating his 25th anniversary. Oh, he's going to need to upgrade his vacuum soon.
Oh my goodness.
Next game, he's got that Dyson.
Yeah, he's going to need a cordless shark or something.
Oh my God. When you played Twitch in Siege and you have that little robot thing that you can go and scout out, Luigi can have a robot.
He's gonna be a Roomba.
That would be funny.
Luigi's Mansion Roomba edition. Yeah. It's so we're all Bon Anniversaire, golden age games of our use, and sorry if this made you feel ancient, but I was like, oh my gosh, but we're having a great celebration of classic games this year. So.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it last week with all the hoopla going on with Xbox, that's turning 25 this year.
Yeah.
I'm curious to kind of see what other announcements, hopefully once we get through Pokopia, whatever, on Friday, I feel like the next big thing that we're going to hear out of Nintendo is going to be around the summertime, right? The next big conference, probably getting into June, when we used to have E3. I guess it's Summer Games Fest time now, but maybe we'll get another press conference around then, and maybe there'll be something with a bit more about some sort of celebratory thing. I mean, maybe for the anniversary, they drop the first trailer of the Zelda movie. Maybe that's what they do.
That'd be cool. I mean, anything I think would be pretty sick.
Yeah. All right, ladies. Well, talking about anniversaries, after this break, we're going to come back and talk about the Pokemon Presents. All right. See you in a second. Let's talk Pokemon. Why? Because we just had Pokemon Day, the 30th Pokemon Day, which makes us all feel real nice and old. And Nintendo had its Pokemon Direct. Ladies, did you get an opportunity to watch this live, or did you watch it after the fact?
I just watched the trailers of what interested me individually, to be honest.
It wasn't a long Direct. It was 25. It was under 30 minutes for sure.
Yeah. I was just like, I I'm not interested in, like, I don't play Go, I don't play Unite, so, I looked at the main games and stuff like that, mostly.
Joelle, how about you?
I never played a Pokemon game. So, Pokemon Pokopia will be my first, technically, Pokemon game. So I kind of saw snippets here and there. So I casually observed.
I, of course, watched it live because that's what I do. On my birthdays, I wake up. There's usually a Pokemon Direct, and it makes me real happy to get hyped.
Really nice timing.
We also knew a week early that Leaf Green and Fire Red were coming. I really think that was supposed to be like a shadow drop on the 27th, but I think that it accidentally released online a week early, so the cat was out of the bag. It was like on one of the eShops in a different region. So yeah, cat was out of the bag. They had to let people know. I still think everybody was excited about it, but it would have a much bigger pop. It was just like, hey, happy 30th. Here's the first game that came out, right? But lots of different announcements in the very jam-packed event that they did have. The big thing that we were all very curious to hear was whether or not they were going to mention the next generation, Gen 10. There have been lots of rumors kind of poking around the internet, talking about what the theme was going to be, all that kind of stuff, because usually it's got like a regional kind of stylized thing to it, mimicking it off of a real life place in most occasions. And at the very end of the Direct, we did get it. Pokemon Winds and Waves are coming in 2027. We got to see a little bit about that, different screenshots and animations and things like that coming for it, along with our 3 new starters. Ladies, what did you think of the new starters?
That stupid pom-pom fire dog is adorable, and that should be illegal. Like, never do I pick the fire starters, and now I'm like, you can't do this to me.
Yeah, they are so incredibly cute. So as per usual, we're getting a fire, a water, and a grass type Pokemon to start. As Kat mentioned, Pombon is the fire starter. Looks like a little teacup Pomeranian, which is super duper cute. Then we're getting a like gecko kind of Pokemon. Is Gekwa? Am I pronouncing that properly?
I would say it's Gekwa. Yeah, that one I was like, this is great. I like this one. Like, I love the teardrop and the eyelashes, and it's super cute. So I was like immediately drawn to that one. Yeah.
And then for the grass starter, it's a bird, Brout. I think I'm saying that correctly. Is that how you ladies would pronounce it too?
I would say Brout.
Yeah. Very cute. I like all 3 of them. Usually there's one that I'm kind of like, I don't want that. I mean, in the end, it's going to come down to what their end game evolutions are to deciding which one I want to use. But like, I could go either way at this point. I have wanted to do a complete game run, and I haven't done this yet, playing nothing but dog type Pokemon.
Oh.
Like, I really would love to do that. There's enough out there now that it can
there's
be
enough
done.
that you can do that.
It can be done.
Wow.
But yeah, I thought that
if you count Eevee
maybe
in
Gen
the lot.
10. Well, I'm not really calling Eevee in that. I mean, there's totally enough dogs, like between Houndoom and Arcanine and Fido, Dough, and there's one that looks like a herding dog, the like a Westie almost. There's a ton of dog type Pokemon. Like, that's not a problem.
Cute.
But I've never actually been like, no, I'm going to actually try to do it and have like.
But are they all in the same game though?
That is the hard thing, right?
Yeah.
Because to get enough to have all of them in that one game that you're trying to play. Because like as we know, there may be over 1,000 Pokemon, but that's usually not what you get in a single game. So
no, you're kind of tied to the Pokédex. So
yeah, it's true.
I have a question. So I might be today years old when I'm learning this. So when you okay, when you play Pokemon and you capture a Pokemon in one game, do you save it and does it transfer into other games?
Yes and no.
Oh, okay.
So there's
All
this thing called Pokemon Home, which is essentially your connection point between all the different games
Okay.
that allows you to upload Pokemon from the game that you're currently playing into Home. Whether or not a Pokemon can come out of Home and into your game,
Oh, okay.
that it depends, because like there's been
Okay,
different
okay.
mechanics, different things that have happened over the years that they've integrated,
Oh,
different
okay.
stats that Pokemon have that don't translate from one game to another. And
Okay.
additionally, not every single Pokemon game has all 1,000 whatever Pokemon listed as available in their decks. So there's what they call a national dex. That's everything. And then you have your game specific ones as well.
Oh,
And
the regional decks.
right. And then even Home is not available necessarily as soon as a game comes out, because they don't want to mess with like the game that's currently active by giving people essentially a win button by being able to transfer overpowered Pokemon into a game or breaking things or cost, right? And then also too, because the games used to be so tied, or still so tied to the esport side with the battling. Now Champions is coming and that's probably going to change things, but they've been so tied that when you have different games, when you're battling and you're in different leagues, you're usually stuck to the Pokemon that are available in a specific game. So they don't want to mess with that. To give you an idea, we have Pokemon ZA that's out right now that came out, the end of last year. That's not connected to Home yet.
Okay.
At least I don't believe it is. I've never actually done
they
the
announce
Pokemon Home thing. Did they announce that as part of this? That's what I'm wondering now.
ZA Dimension? Yeah.
That was
Pokemon
in
Home.
it?
Yeah.
So do we have a
Pokemon Home.
date of when it's supposed to happen?
With
Connectivity between Pokemon Legends, ZA, and Pokemon Home is coming soon. So it's not there yet. So think about that. We've now been playing this game for, a good 4 or 5 months.
Yeah.
And it's still not available for Pokemon Home because they don't want to mess up the balance in the game, right?
I guess
it's
that
the
makes
meta.
sense.
It's the meta of the competitive scene that pretty much connects that. And it also feels like sometimes Pokemon Home is about like getting Pokemon into more universal experiences like Pokemon Go. Basically.
And also too, I have a feeling that Champions is going to be very much tied to Home, but like once you pull a Pokemon out, there's only going to be certain settings that you're allowed to have with it. Speaking of that, Champions is another big thing that was announced that it's coming in April, if I remember correctly.
Ooh, soon.
So which is very soon. It's coming on Switch console and Switch 1 and 2 first, but it is going to be eventually available for mobile and stuff too. Just the thought of playing competitive Pokemon on mobile just blows my mind.
Yeah.
But I think that is going to be one of the biggest revolutions right now in what it means main game Pokemon can be, because in a lot of cases, it's that competitive side that may have held back a lot of like the fun, crazy, silly stuff that they can do with Pokemon as a main gen game, like it's not the Legends series and not stuff like Pokopia, but the main gen game. So taking the competitive side out and having that have its own game, I think that's going to be really interesting to see kind of like what exactly are we going to get in Winds and Waves then. That we probably couldn't have gotten in the last Gen 9 game, Scarlet and Violet. So yeah, it's going to be super exciting. We got another tease of Pokopia, which was cool. I have to say it's probably the least good or the lesser showing of that game. I don't know if you guys felt this if you were watching the trailer at all, but like it sounded very much like it was for kids, and like reviews are popping off and stuff are coming out now, previews and stuff like that. And folks are saying it's a fantastic game, but like the way that they spun it in that direct really felt like it was for kids.
I mean, like, maybe they're just trying to, like, was the rest of it, do you feel like, geared towards kids? Like, maybe they're just trying to
I think it was the way it was narrated and stuff. I just don't think it was shown off very well, and the mechanics that they did show off were probably not the most,
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe they tested the thing and they felt that they weren't reaching the family audience because people were afraid it would be too complex.
Maybe. It's, I don't know. Maybe it was just like the way that the delivery was given, and it just felt really childish to me.
Mm-hmm.
I might be reading into it too.
At the same time, Ditto is turning into a little girl, so.
Yeah, I mean, yes. But I mean, like, at that point, I was already sold in the game. I wasn't going to not buy it.
I mean, if you like these kind of, like, community building, farming sim, whatever, like Animal Crossing type games, and on top of that, it's Pokemon, which is, like, one of our darling franchises we grew up with. Honestly, like, the only thing stopping me from getting Pokopia is the lack of game console in my house.
Oh yeah, because it's a Switch 2 exclusive. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. Yeah. They announced like tons of other things for like other apps like Go and Unite and EX, and then Sleep. People are still using Pokemon Sleep.
You know, if it works, don't. If it's don't break it if it's working. Yeah.
And then and we talked about Leaf Green and Fire Red, but like Pokemon XD Gate of Darkness was added to the online classics in the expansion pack, which is not part of what, like, Leaf Green and Fire Red, you had to buy it separately. This one's actually going to be in the Nintendo Online stuff, so that was an interesting choice.
That's not a port. It's just
I think it's straight up that game. I think that game I don't even remember that game.
It's a 3D game. That's what you kind of walk around. I think it was the first 3D Pokemon ever.
It's not I don't remember it at all.
Well,
it's probably in that break when it was on the GameCube or something.
Who had a GameCube?
I didn't have a GameCube.
Exactly. And it's like, it looks very, like, the main character vaguely looks like Sora, but like with a Naruto headband. And I don't know, it's very aggressively like JRPG from that era. It looks like one of those, like, they were trying to do stuff. But then when they went back to doing games for like the DS or the 3DS, like back to basically Game Boy games, like I think they just went back to classic Pokemon. This low-key looks weird. It looks like PS1 graphics. It's so...
Well, I mean,
I'm intrigued. I never had a GameCube, so I'm like, yo, I kind of want to try this. Why does it look like a bit depressing, though? Why is there so much concrete?
People that I saw talking about it after the direct said it's a very dark game. So
I can see that.
Curious to kind of see what that means.
Like, is this Final Fantasy VII? Are we going against like a big corporation that destroyed the environment?
We've been going against big corporations in a lot of Pokemon games. That is not new.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fun playing Leaf Green and going up against Team Rocket, not some other variation of it. It's straight up Team Rocket. They should just bring back Team Rocket.
Yeah. Man, what happened to Team Rocket? Did we finally defeat them?
I don't know. I thought they blasted off again.
I thought the point was like they never die.
They never go. So yeah, 25 minutes, pretty short and sweet when you think about it, considering how much news was packed into it. It moved fast. And they had a little montage in the beginning that was really cute. It definitely didn't outstay its welcome in that sense. The montage was kind of quick, brought you through like the beginning stuff, and then it kind of fast forward and gave you a whole bunch of stuff. But yeah, reminiscing 30 years, kind of crazy.
That is wild. That is just like something. Like sometimes I feel like we have so many things that are fads and come and go, and like obviously with the internets, like things just move so quickly, and to have something with such staying power is really fun.
So, Joelle, your first Pokemon game of any sorts is on Friday.
Is coming.
Do you think you will want to pick up? Now, it's going to be entirely different from what you're playing in Pokopia, but do you think you will want to try Winds and Waves or Winds or Waves? Because there's always two that come out and you pick one or the other.
I think that my journey towards picking up a traditional Pokemon game is becoming more and more realized. And I do think that I'm probably the closest, because I was kind of close with Let's Go, like EV and stuff like that. So I was close, but I just didn't do it. And I think playing, where are you? The dog is all wet. She's by me, but why are you all wet? Why are you so like? Why are you
Things
that?
you ask,
Ow!
puppies. Oh, she's grabbed your sweater.
Yeah. So I think it's possible that after I play Pokopia, I think I might be like, I want to understand more of these creatures, because I think, I don't know if it was because of how it was, but I think I kind of low-key felt bad that like you capture them. I just think that piece of it, I'm like, I just feel terrible that I don't know if I like this like mechanic that I take these creatures and steal them from their home. But I wonder like if doing this, if I'm going to be able to kind of overlook that, because in Pokopia you're not doing that, you're trying to save them.
Yeah.
So
but you don't ever treat them bad in Pokemon.
I know
it's
you
like
don't treat them bad,
pets.
but like
it's like having pets you send into
God.
cockfights, which seems
well,
weird.
I don't like that. I don't like that either. I wish I could send my dog right now into a Pokeball.
Yeah.
My goodness,
your dog, as she really wants
she
to play with you right now.
She is going after me. I know. Ouch! Come here. Oh,
needle teeth. Gotta love
needle
it.
Teeth. The needle teeth are terrible.
Oh man. So Kat, you don't I know obviously you've got Spider-Man next, but that itch to go back and play the OG game?
I mean, is it on the basic Switch?
Yes, it is, Michael. That's why Mike's playing it.
I might grab it. Yeah, I miss the old school Pokemon. Like I didn't get into the new school. Mostly because, not because I didn't like it, but it's just every time, like, Simon got heavily into it, and I was like, how is it? And he's like, it's great, but the frame rates are bad. And the performance issues, kind of, like, stopped me, because for me, like, the experience of Pokemon was always, like, on a freaking Game Boy, and it always ran perfectly fine. And the fact that now it's like we finally get these high-end Pokemon, and it's just kind of runs bad. I don't know. It kind of threw me off. Also, I got a bit of a franchise fatigue, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I can get that too. I can see that.
But yeah, I'm starting the itch to want to play again. I do remember, like, the last one I played was X and Y, of the one that Legends EA is based off of. On the 3DS, and I remember, I don't know, for me it's just like that pocket experience. And unfortunately for me, the Switch wasn't great as a handheld. I know it's a good handheld, but I don't know, for me it never felt as good as a handheld.
It was a little too big.
Yeah.
Like the intimacy factor was kind of taken away because it was a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. The Joy-Con got drift really easily. The battery life was meh. I think this is completely nostalgic, but it's just like I felt like the Nintendo handhelds were so good before. Like I could probably pick out like my 3DS that I have here, and it probably still has like a full battery. And just put my cartridge of XY in there and play Pokemon. I don't know, it's just I remember them being rock solid.
Yeah.
And then the Switch as a handheld console felt flimsy. And it kind of like, and when I looked at Let's Go, I was like, yeah, that's great, but like I want a full Pokemon game. And then when they started to come out and people were like, it's great if it weren't fucking laggy, I was like, well, that's not what I'm sorry, I'm still that fucking 11 or 12-year-old girl like playing Pokemon Blue on her Game Boy underneath like a reading lamp so that you could see properly because that screen was shit.
Well,
but yeah,
I'm hoping that considering, they've got more time than I anticipated now, considering it's going to come out in 2027. But then also, too, Pokemon Company or Game Freak is also working on that other 3D action game that
Beast of Reincarnation,
hopefully that is going to carry over to learnings for the Pokemon games. But then also, too, if they're building this one and it is truly going to be Switch 2 only, then it takes some of that, lower powered machinery out of the equation to make it a little easier to develop.
I'm hoping it's a bit more solid. I should, you know what I should do? I should look at like the older Pokemon games and pick them up for a few peanuts and kind of play through them. But I do remember, I don't know, getting a bit of a fatigue. I played the fuck out of Pokemon Go though. That one summer everybody was walking around collecting Pokemon. I fucking love that.
Still going and still slaps. That's 10 years old.
Stop.
2016. 2016. Yes, this is why our knees hurt. All right, ladies. Well, I think that wraps up our
take some vitamins. Go to bed early.
We go take our Advil and our vitamins and make sure that we, keep active, as everybody should. With that, if you're interested in checking out the show notes that Catherine puts together for us every week, talking about the stories that we mention in the podcast, you can go do that at girlsongames.ca. We'll have the link to the actual direct so that you can check it out if you feel fit to do so. If you have the power to rate and review this podcast where you're consuming it, that'd be much appreciated. Why? It helps with discovery, pushes us up in the rankings, and any comments you leave help us build our show. This is also the moment of the podcast where I'd ask the crew to shout out their social media handles so you can follow them anywhere and everywhere online. Catherine, where can people find you?
I am CSDSBINS on Blue Sky and Instagram. It's the only two ones that I'm currently active on. Shared some videos of me in the gym doing shit without back pain.
Yay!
For the first time in years. So shout out to my coach / physical therapist.
Love that.
Beating those allegations for now. But I'm also on the Girls on Games Discord. You can always find me there.
Perfect. Joelle, where can people find you?
People can find me on Instagram at JoelleLauren87 or on Blue Sky at Joelle Lauren, but always hanging out on the Girls on Games Discord. Come and say hi.
And I'm Leah Jew on most social media platforms, but of course, you want to know everything there is to know about Girls on Games. You can track us down at The Girls on Games on X and Facebook, just Girls on Games on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok, discord.me/Girls on Games to continue this conversation and more. But of course, if you ever need to know anything at all, you can track it down at our home base. That is our website, girlsongames.ca. Thank you, Kat. Thank you, Joelle. It's been another lovely week in video games and lots of Pokemon this week, which is exciting. I'm ready for it. Yay!
Yes.
We will talk more about it on Monday after Joelle has had her first foray into the franchise. Woo. More to come. Talk soon. Bye.
Bye.